Hey, what's going on, Alpha Hunters? So this is going to be my first market update or overview. Just kind of my outlook on the market. I kind of wanted to just quickly kind of go over where I think the market is currently at and what we can see from here. And the reason why I'm making this video is because kind of the timing and the importance to talk about what I think could be happening. Okay. Um, as you kind of look and you understand Elliott wave theory and stuff like that, and I know I haven't gotten to that on my channel yet. But Elliott wave in long sustained runs like we've had, it's usually a 5 count wave, right? You get the first wave, which is the change of direction, the smart investors, the people that are closing out positions from the previous move. So, like this down move that we had last year from COVID collapse. So, some of those people were closing those shorts that they had, and then new investors were buying to go long. The smart early investors, right? And then, so that would be a wave one to about here. Some people count it to here. I don't. I actually count it to here. And I can go into another video why, but I'll just leave it at that. And then you get the pullback too. Here. Because you can also just kind of tell the volume difference. Like all through here, the buying, look at the volume difference. And then after this two, the volume drops off. It's not up into this area anymore, right? Or let me zoom in, okay? So the volume had dropped off even during this run. So that already told me that we are more normal. Like we're going into a wave three, I'll do here. Now, it kind of got choppy here as we got back to the previous all-time high. This was also a lot of news around vaccines. And then right here was election time in the U.S. So, which I need to turn on log. So and I always have log on. I don't know why it was off right there. And I'll go into that in another video, but staying on point here. The thing is so volume had dropped off and it was much more normalized with what we saw during this time period. So that's why I count this to 1, here to 2, all the way up here to 3. Because as you can see, we actually kind of just maintained the trend from here all the way up until about here. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, let's put on a trend line about there. Okay, obviously you got some volatility here, election, vaccine, a lot of different things kind of going on here. But I mean, it's just noise. It's just noise. How quickly we snap below this kind of trend line, we bounce back above it the next week. And this is a weekly chart. But as you can see, we kind of just ride the 10 EMA up on a weekly for most of this trend. And this trend line that I put in here kind of just stays good until we get to here. So this is I would count this as a 1. This is a 2. This ending move right here at the beginning of September or late August as the 3. The pullback into early October as the 4. And if we look at a monthly, I mean, September pretty much sold down the whole month. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of just the way September was. And then October started, and then going back to the monthly again, and October was so bullish, it actually engulfed this September bearish move. But so whenever you break that that phase 3 trend, that's when you're setting in a 4, okay? And here's the thing about wave 5s. The thing about wave 5s is they are typically not choppy. Wave 4 is choppy, so that's why you see a down, down, up, a strong bullish candle here, and then back down, and then it chopped around in this week. Actually made a new low. But wave 5s are usually not choppy. They're usually pretty directional, as a lot of people just, it's the last thrust of, FOMO. Typically it's FOMO, honestly. If you want to know, it's FOMO, and those that don't want to be, they're just covering shorts, right? So what I think happened is I'm going to zoom out here because I want to get in perspective of something. So I want to compare this move, this wave 5, to a continuation on 3 back here. Okay, this move. So they're both very strong. A lot of green candles up in a row. It stayed above the 10 EMA for a good while. Until today. And so what I'm looking at here when I assess this, a lot of people kind of thought that this was a wave 4, okay? And so we knew that we were about to go into a wave 5. This is the wave 5. Are we done with the 5? I do think so. And I'll show you that here in a second. But still, comparing this move to the move back here, okay? Look at the volume at the beginning back here. Okay, you got a lot of days where there's high volume, and then it dies off and just kind of stabilizes as it continues on into the trend. Look at the volume over here. Like, it's not nearly as high. There's one high day right here. It was this candle, and that's pretty much it. Then the volume just drops off. It's just like it's a normal, but the price action was so aggressive. That's how I kind of know that, okay, yeah, it's like we're at the end. It's light volume, strong directional move. That's a wave 5. That is a wave 5. And so, there's not a lot of volume usually on wave 5s. There's a lot of volume in 4, and 3. Obviously, there's a lot of volume in 3. But usually 5 isn't, but it's a strong directional move. And this felt like just kind of a blow off the top type ending rally. And I'm going to show you what I posted Sunday to TradingView. So I'm trying to get some of that going. That way you can see it more as I come across stuff like this. So what I posted, let me just show that real quick. So what I posted Sunday was, just a gut feeling, but I feel like we've seen the, blow off the top here. I expect probably a pullback down to 400 on the SPY. Now, I'm just talking SPY here. I'm not talking individual stocks. But I'm not super bullish here. I'm just not. And the big reason why is the reward to risk is just, it's just not there. Like, we just had a super aggressive move on light volume, so it feels like it could very easily overturn. There's also a lot of just issues out there in the economy, and I'm not big on macro and economics and stuff like that, but if you pay attention to the market, you kind of know what's going on. So there could be some issues that arise from other risk events, I'll say. But the reason why I say down to 400, okay, is there is an open gap all the way back here from early April, okay? It's at 400. And basically the market gapped up pretty much 3 points, okay, from like 450 to like 403.50. So it was about a 3-point gap, and it never filled. It never failed. We have never seen a price trade or a candle trade in this range ever on the SPY. Now, obviously in the S&P 500, the futures, yes, they have. But we've never seen that on the SPY. So I do think we will come all the way back and we will fill this gap before we go higher. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see this. Okay? And we almost filled it here. What is this, like the 12th of May? We almost filled it here. I was really hoping we were gonna, because it would have been a lot more of me being aggressive bullish, but we didn't do it. Okay? And I posted this Sunday night. I know I have like a few people that follow me. Hey, I got 2 likes on it. Oh, that's cool. But, this is what we've done already. Okay? And I'm not a super bearish person or trader. Okay? But understand that I have not taken directional bearish moves quite yet. I don't know if I will, but I have positioned my portfolio to where I am not taking losses on a bearish move. Okay? So I have protected myself. I've closed out some longs. I'm not doing put sales right now. And so that's just kind of the way I'm looking at doing things. Now, I am kind of waiting. If I do a bearish trade, we're definitely going to probably come down to this 453, this previous all-time high that we set back here in early September. So we'll definitely probably come back down to that level here over the next probably 2 weeks. I'd imagine probably get there probably next week if we don't get there by Friday. So I'd probably expect to see that. And you know what? We might not be there long, and we might come down all the way down to here and then start to really chop around before we roll over maybe in January, February time frame and fill this gap. But for now, I'm not bullish. I'm just not. I mean, we're just super extended. If we look at things on a weekly, I mean, pretty high on a weekly. I mean, we haven't touched the 50 EMA the 50 EMA on a weekly since last June, over a year ago. On a monthly, we really haven't even touched the 10 EMA. Well, I mean, those got close, but we didn't actually touch them. And we haven't touched it since also last June. So there is also just a lot of people with profits in trades that I think that we can see some profit taking, a reduction of risk management kind of going on with people and things. So back to a monthly chart. So I mean, it's just super strong move all through here. We just need a gut check, come back down, check in, I would be, if we do that, I'm going to feel so much more confident about having long positions, getting into long positions, picking up long-term positions. Yeah, so I mean, that's just kind of what I'm looking at, kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not saying we do come all the way back to 400. I would just love it if we did. And I think it's a great possibility that we actually do. But, are we just going to come slamming down here by December? Nah, no way. No way. It'll be choppy. I mean, we're going to come down here. We might bounce around a little bit. And we're going to set up some price levels. We might set up a head and shoulders maybe. I don't know. But we're going to set up some price levels. That way, whichever way we break out later on, maybe early next year or something, whichever way we break, that's the way the market's going. So, anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview. And I'm going to work on linking my TradingView account. And you can follow me on TradingView to... That way, it's just easier for me to update on TradingView, more real time and different trade ideas I come up with. And And I have been trying to work on linking that to my Twitter and getting that set up. That way it's easier for you guys to kind of just follow rather than me making a video at the end of the day and it's not timely, you know. But I would start looking to take some risk off. I would. If you got positions, I would lock them in. I would lock in some gains. Obviously, you can calculate how much of a tax hit you possibly be, a comparison of a tax hit to how much how much risk that is for you of a move. But all right, Alpha Hunters, this is my first episode of market updating, and hopefully they get better. I don't know if this was good for you guys or not good for you guys, if this was clear in any way, but I'm just trying to give you guys my thoughts on what I'm looking at in the market. And right now, I'm just not seeing good reward to risk. Okay, and here's the Qs. I mean, even the Q sell-off was crazy the past couple days. I mean, that's not really anything major, but it is just something like that. I mean, that is such a strong move. Wow. So, take care, guys. Go hunt that alpha. Get it. And I'll see you. I don't know when the next time I'll update this. I'll update, overviews and stuff like this on the general market whenever I feel like it's needed. And the reason why I did this one is I felt like it was needed. I feel like you guys should see this move is how strong it wasn't exactly super bullish on like a long-term perspective. Okay. So anyways, those are my thoughts. All right, that's it. I'm done. Enjoy it, Alpha Hunters.